Okay guys, so we've got a blocking here, and I just noticed there's a bit of a quick change here, so let's try and sort this out, because it's quite a bit there. So what we'll do in these type of situations, what I do is I just get the graph editor here, and I'll just look at the poses. I'm like, all right, this pose, there's a massive change, right, between that. This seems all good there, and then there's a big change there, right? And then it goes back. So the first thing I'll do is I'll get the hips, and I'll just check out the motion trail here, just to see how far the hips are going, which we did in the last. Right, so then what I'll do is around like this area here, so from here to like here, I'll just flatten that, or spline, whatever you want to do. I just want to see, I might even do the next ones as well. Just want to see the flow of all. Actually, what I'll do, I'll select everything. In fact, let me just delete. Let me delete that motion trail. Let me go up in here and delete that. Let me select everything, and I'm going to spline everything in between, just the 4 keys here, just to see how that works. Yeah, even the foot. Let's spline that. All right. Yeah, because there's a big change there, from this pose to this pose is big. So we want to find the in between in here. So then we'll go to, so the in between, I think that's fine here, because it's still a nice curve. And then what we'll do, yeah, that seems a bit. Let's check out the hip. Let's check out the foot. Okay, comes there. Then we can kind of create. Yeah, that seems a bit better. Could even move this back a bit up. So there's a bit more of a curve. We're going to do this in polishing, but I'm just kind of doing a bit of polish. Well, just trying to get the curves a bit. Yeah, get the curves a bit better. Okay. All right. So we're just fine tuning a little bit there. So we've got like a nice curve coming like that. But I'm thinking the hips. We could move this back a bit. Kind of, yeah, have this. So is that, yeah, okay, that's fine. Now what we'll do, we'll just delete these motion trails. Okay, now in this video, we're just going to spline everything. And it's going to look all weird, but don't worry, man. We're going to fix it. I'm going to select everything and go to Alt F, which is basically flat. So I've flattened everything, and then I'm going to go in between. Leave the end frames, leave the end keys out, and then I'm just going to do spline, or Alt S as my shortcut. All right, and now you're going to see it's all floaty. Ooh, yeah, don't worry. So float like that. Now we're just going to go in and start cleaning up. So let me put this frame to, let's put it to 30. So we've got a few frames to play with. Move the end frame back to 30. So there's a bit of frames we can play with. Okay. So it's got hit. And we're going to check out the curves. As you can see, we've already done the curves on the top side. We've got the center of gravity working how we want it. Got all the weight shifts in the right area. And I'll just normally go through each axis and just have a look. Okay, how is this? How is it? These curves look cool. They look all right. Just straighten these a bit. Don't have to worry too much. You might even want to delete some of these as well. You know, you can just play with the spacing like this. But we can do that later too. All right. So this one, right, is where the character is going back. Okay, so now what we can do here, we can delete these. We can delete some of these in-betweens. So let's see. Yeah, that seems a bit more better, isn't it? So we're getting the center working first. Okay. And then I'll just start. So we're just splining at the moment. That's all we're doing. So let's check out his foot. Okay. His foot. You see how his foot. This happens when you spline. You see all that sliding? That's happening because of this. You see this overshoot here? This bit. That normally happens when you spline. So all you do is you flatten that. Right? And it's still moving, which is fine. There's some other overshoots, like here. And then there's rotation too. Let's check the other controls just to make sure we haven't accidentally rotated, because sometimes you can select those. So there you can see flat. We're just going to go along and flatten these. Okay. And there's a rotation there, which we can see. So what we can do here now is, this rotation is this representing this. So what we can do is number 7, copy that to number 11 and flatten that. And you see it's still, see? It's not moving. But we've got to be careful because we don't want it to break, right? So then we've got to be like, all right, that's rotating a bit too much. We need this. As he's moving back, we need to rotate this. So we come back here. We know, like, as he comes up, the foot's got to rotate. So we'll just bring these down to here. What is this? The best way to do this is 14.5 there. Just select everything and to make that 15. So at least everything's working out. Working at 15. Yeah, so it's all the same. Okay. Okay, that doesn't work because look, that's not logical. So what we'll do, 78. We'll just put this at 78.8 so it's fixed. We're just gonna have to, as it's coming down, so as it comes down there, then we'll rotate. We'll have to rotate this. Oh, don't want it there. So we go to rotate here, move it forward. And then we have to sort out all of this. So we're basically here, we need to rotate, we need to zero this all out. Zero, and then flatten these. This as well, if we look here. It's all a mess. So what we'll do, let's check out the translation first on this. So let's get the motion trail on this because this is all over the place. So we'll go here. Let's check the trajectories out for this. I think there's some rotations. No. There's translations on this. This should be 0. So if we come back here, which is 0. Yeah, what we'll do, we'll get rid of all the animation on this control. I don't know how that can affect it too. Okay. So there you see it comes in, then it goes out. So we need this in the air. The trajectory seems alright, but the rotations are not right. So if we look at the rotations here in Y, we need to move this down here. 13.8, so let's just copy that, 13.8. There, okay. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do, we're just going to sort this out, then we can just play with the timing a bit. This bit, what we can do here is have the character more. Yeah, we need the character more. That's fine, but we need to have it more the other way. We need it more this way because of the weight distribution. Didn't look balanced there. So he's coming up weight there, which is fine. The knee is following there. Put the knee forward there. Here, right? Here, this is fine. It's in the air. I think that it can come out a bit because then you can have more space in the leg, you can see, which is important. There, you see that going in, so we need to have that forward a bit. Have that back a bit. Have it out a bit as well because we want that bit of a gap and balance. Right, then it comes back, following that path, nice path, and then it's landing. Then it lands, so it's following the path. So we're kind of getting that path. Save that. And of course at the end you can see all this moving. So the rotation, that's all rotation. So if you look here, from here to here, rotation, right, is Y. So if you go to Y, look, all of that. So all we need to do is when we get here, so when it's in the air and it lands, we basically need to copy this pose, end pose, to this pose. So it comes here, snap. And then maybe we could even ease it a bit with this, have this come out. And then there's movement there, right? That's in the translation. So if you look here, we flatten this. Yeah, and then you can see there's movement coming up and down. So that's going to be that. So just go over and check all of these. You just want to flatten these all out, even the rotations, just to make sure here, see? Now that will be solid, see? The foot plant solid. And there's a bit of a poof there, yeah? Now that is this. If you look here, we can lift this up a bit. Yeah, we could even make it closer so that there's not much. But it won't, there. And then the rest we can sort out too. If you look at the torso, now that the cog is working fine, we get the rotations. So here's the rotations. They're all messed up here a bit. All right, look at this. This is all messed up. So what we'll do, we can just delete these in betweens like this. We're just trying to get rid of any redundant keys to get some clean rotation. And let's check the other rotations out here. You see, look at all this. That's where the jerkiness is coming from. So if we come here, then he gets hit. Yeah, we can delete this. Then as he comes down, we can delete this key. It comes up. You know, we can smooth this out. Or we can even delete these keys. And now if we look, starting to smooth out a bit. But then we also have this. So if you look at this, we go in here. You know, we can smooth these out a bit. This as well. So it gives a smoother transition. And then we can start playing around with the torso, this bit. Start cleaning these up. Then we can start breaking these tangents, playing around. Bring this down. Okay, the hips are still a bit wobbly, so we can just play around with these keys. Delete this middle key. Rotations here as well, we can get rid of these. Even this middle one. Push this up. Yeah, so the hips are starting to work a bit better now. Then we can start adding the cushioning and all that later. So he's coming back here. So let's go back. So let's go straight ahead. Let's go back. Let's follow this. Let's follow the hips. That's fine. Yeah, this hip is up in the air. That's fine. Makes sense there. Okay. We can just smooth these out. Spline these. Spline that. That should be fine. Yeah, see, you're getting more of a smoother. And what we'll do now, we'll work up the torso. So we've got that working. So I'll just save this. Save your work. Save your work, guys. Alright, so now you can see. Okay, that's the initial reaction, so we need that. And then here, this can all, we can get rid of all this. Because this is what's kind of jerking it. We can get rid of this. And this, so we've got a smooth run there. Same thing with this. Bring this up, bring this down. We'll bring this down. We'll bring this up. We'll get some clean rotations in there. Here too. Essentially delete these. Okay, we'll leave the start because that's the. Yeah, that's fine. So that works fine. And then we go up the second one. Check out this torso. Can bring this up. Get some cleaner rotations in there. can delete that middle one. Just go through the axes, just clean these up. These rotations that they're just jerking things around a bit. Just need to clean these up a bit. That's all it is. There. And now you're starting to feel a bit more cleaner. This, although everything's stopping at the same time, we'll sort that out. Okay, so we got that controller. There's that one, yeah. And then there's this one, yeah. This is the main chest. Again, we'll leave the start how it is. Get these rotations right here. Work your way down the axis, things like this here. You see, this is what's causing it's not making the animations as smooth. Transitions here too. These bits here, just cleaning up the rotations. And then you've got the head. Again, initial. Delete that. Initial pop in the head. And here too, just cleaning up rotations, that's what we're doing. Cleaning up the rotations, right? Look at. Right, and now the reason why you see at the end it's going doosh back because of the hips. If you look at the Y and the hips, there's an overshoot there, over here, you see? And this overshoot here is what's making it go out. So what you can do, you can ease it in to the last pose like that instead of the overshoot. See how it goes in like that? The whole body kind of gets, that's all it is. And the arms, what we're going to do with the arms is we'll delete them. We won't spline them, we'll delete them. And we'll work straight ahead in them. But overall, you're getting that. You're getting that cleanness happening, right? And the weight shifts. So it's feeling good. It's feeling there. And then we'll sort out the head and everything in the next video one by one. But overall, you're getting that nice smooth hips, easing back into the idle position. And then we'll delay the arms a bit. We'll just go push, you know, so he's a bit off balance. And then he comes back. Then his arms settle. All right, that will be in the next video. So stay tuned to that. I'll see you in the next video, guys.